What's up, everyone? This is Chris Stacy,
Nate Rodriguez.
and we're here with the second episode of Ready or Not Football Edition. Guys, it was a crazy week in football.
Yep.
Whether you're talking about regular NFL, you're talking about fantasy, even college. I don't watch a lot of college, but I heard.
I don't either, but people were going crazy for these games.
I don't even know what happened this week. It must have been a full moon with
It was.
True. The Earth was spinning in a different direction. Not quite sure what was going on, but even in our league,
Yeah.
who did we predict last week was going to be like the team to kill?
So that being said, I clearly don't know what I'm talking about because last week everything I said was wrong. I thought I was gonna do a lot better. I talked crap about my brother. He whooped my butt.
Hey, moving forward is very simple. I've got one draft protocol that I'm going to make sure I remember every year.
What is that?
That's 3 tight ends.
3 tight ends, starting with Travis Kelce. Before my
Kelce.
brother gets to him. 'Cause he gets him every year. I forgot about that.
So appreciate it, Will. But moving forward, I want to make sure I draft 3 tight ends if that means I'm going to win the first week. But if you look at it, champ, damn you, Christina. Welcome back to the league. She was the highest scorer. She also won her first game very impressively. And if she had done an optimal lineup, she would have scored 199 points. So almost 200 points.
Eesh.
And the next closest was about 20 points less than that.
Yeah.
So quite a difference, quite a jump.
Quite a draft.
Yeah, that too. Number 2, Will Rodriguez, your brother.
Yep, my brother.
We're giving him hell, talking about 3 tight ends here. 161 points. Great job, Will. And then number 3, Tebow, not his coach, but Tebow, Mike Tibbs, came through with
student has to pass the master, right?
I know, right? Came through with 151 points, beat Justine. I hope she didn't make you sleep on the couch. Beat Justine. So that was the top 3 scores for the first week.
Yep.
Now, as far as the other side, who was in the toilet bowl? Steiger.
Then me.
And then me. So funny enough, the guy that we thought had the best draft overall, 113 points, had a rough week. We're going to get into that in a second here.
Yep.
And then, as Nate said, Nate scored 120 points this week, and I scored 131. Now, this is a little new segment, guys, I want to test out. So, Nate, let's play a game.
Let's do it.
So, in this game, I'm gonna give you 2 stat lines for 2 different people.
Okay.
This week, they're quarterbacks.
This week they're quarterbacks. Okay.
So you guys can play along. You tell me which one of these quarterbacks you'd have played on your team.
Okay.
And remember, this is 2 QB league. 13 for 28, 164 yards and an interception. Also ran the ball 13 times for 54 yards and a fumble. That's the first stat line.
How many yards did you run?
He ran for 54 yards.
54 yards with the fumble. Okay.
Obviously running in fantasy football is a big deal for quarterbacks. Second
Like
one,
Lamar Jackson. Go on.
23 for 34,
23 for 34. Okay.
269 yards,
Okay.
2 touchdowns. Only ran for 9 yards extra.
I would pick the second one.
So the second one was actually on the bench, and it's Jameis Winston.
Winston. Okay.
The first one was Trey Lance.
Trey Lance. Or are they same? I don't remember. Are they
Same
the same
team.
team? Damn.
Guess which team?
That would be the Jaguars.
Steiger.
Oh, which team? Sorry.
Trey Lance is San Francisco. Jameis Winston is now the Saints.
The Saints. Oh, yes. That's right.
But Steiger had both of them. Played Trey Lance, which is honestly what 95% of people did. Steiger
Of course.
still feel bad. But Jameis Winston absolutely dominated him.
Because Jameis Winston hasn't done much in years.
Well, Jameis had that broken hip or whatever last year.
And he was a backup for a couple years too, right?
No. Last year he was supposed to start and then got put on the bench because of it.
Oh, okay. That's right. That's right.
And then obviously if you look at the Saints as well, you had who was the guy that was a quarterback but also a tight end? It looks like a running back.
Ooh.
I'm blanking on the name right now. I'll pull it up in a second. But their tight end actually had a great week, funny enough. Oh, Taysom Hill, and nobody has him. So rather interesting.
I remember they used to put in Hill every so often before.
Yep. Now, if you look at what happened outside of that, who was the benched players of the week? Who played the best players? Who was the people that killed it? If you look at bench of the week, I'm going to call it the bench of the week. And the worst player, the one that was the most like, oh my goodness, you didn't, Cordero Patterson. And funny enough, that was for Christina. So if Christina had played Cordero Patterson, he was only projected 10.4, ended up scoring just over 22 points.
All right.
That's a pretty good jump.
Yep.
And now it looks like he's going to be the workhorse back for the Falcons. So Christina's going to have a big choice this week. Now, number
You can
two,
give me one of your players if you want. We can work something out.
number two, this one is going to bring you back a little. It's going to make you feel a little bit better. Your brother didn't play Kareem Hunt.
I saw that.
And Kareem Hunt scored 21 points, projected to score 10. Right behind that was Jerry Jeudy for Najee or Mr. Prue. And he didn't play Jerry Jeudy, who scored 19.2 points. Miles Sanders for
That's
you
me.
scored 17.5. Oh, AJ Dillon for myself scored 17.6. But then the other one was also you, 20.2 for Michael Thomas. I'm not gonna lie, I was worried to play him anyways. When you drafted him, I was like, this guy could suck.
When I drafted, I don't know if you remember, I was like, I'm gonna make a move here that I don't know if I'm gonna like.
Yes, I do remember that.
And then I went for it, and he ended up scoring, but I didn't play him. And
Yeah,
I mean, not that it would have made a difference. Even my top scoring team wouldn't have been my brother this week.
Oh, true. And he looked good though.
He did.
But I'm still a little nervous of the whole team. We'll see what's going on. I mean, obviously, you look at players that people started that were rough as well.
Mm-hmm.
I played Alvin
Kamara.
Yeah, Kamara, and he was terrible this week.
Yeah.
So you never know. Obviously, you had
Stafford didn't do anything for me either.
Oh, true. Yeah, I had him in the other league. And then you look at somebody like a Justin Jefferson. Great job again, Christina. And actually, if you look at, we'll come back to that in 1 second. I want to talk about the draft a little bit, how that played out. But you look at most efficient manager of the week. Tebow, great job. Max points 157, scored 151.6. I mean, I'm gonna start calling you like the computer or something, the CPU, doing that good. Least efficient manager. You want to announce this one?
Yours truly, Nate the Great.
So guys, not only did he give his brother shit last week, but this week he gets to be pro. So there's a balance there. There's a balance.
That's some sort of prize though, isn't it?
Most points in a loss. Justine, Mike, scored 142 points, lost by just over 9, but pretty close. Lowest points in a win. Prue scored 136 points. Is there anybody that you would have lost to if you would? Actually, what did you score? What I scored? No. So Prue, lucky, but luck does run out. So make sure that you come with it this week. Narrowest victory. That was actually Tebow over Justine. Blowout was Christina over me. Thanks, Christina. I love that one.
Thank you, because that would have been me and my brother. So good job, Christina.
Overachiever. This is the funny part. Christina was only projected 142. She scored 172.
Yeesh,
I was projected 152 or 154. I was projected to beat her by 12 points. And then she ends up having the most overachiever
I was
of the
projected
week.
to beat my brother too, but only by like 2 or 3 points.
And then underachiever, Steiger, you get all kinds of awards this week, just might not be the ones you wanted. Steiger was projected 160 points. I believe that was the highest projection it was the highest projection for the week, and scored 113.74.
Oh man.
That's a rough week. It does happen.
A lot to think
like
about
I said,
this
guys, there was an interesting week as far as who did what. Some of the players, Patrick Mahomes for Tebow, 33.9. That guy went off this weekend.
Yeah, he did.
You had Saquon, which damn you will, because I literally had him in my queue. I was waiting. I'm like, just come back. And you picked him. 30.4. It looked like a phenomenal week.
Got Jefferson for Christina, put up 34, almost 36 points. So looking very good this week. Travis Kelce, once again, my brother, with the fourth leading scorer in our league. That's
The number one scorer in that position.
In that position. Okay, yeah. So the highest scoring tight end by my brother. And then we have McManus, which Stacks has.
And then funny enough, when you look at Travis Kelce, no other tight end did anything this week.
Pretty much.
It's not like you picked the only tight end, which it is Travis Kelce, but everybody else, I think the next highest scoring tight end was 10.
No, I think 13. One of them got 13.
Oh, 13. So
which I think was his as well.
Oh. So everybody else's tight end sucked. But I mean, that happens, right? Now, when you look at what's coming up this week, when you look at what's coming up this week, week 2 matchups, you've got, we got me versus Tebow, 0-1 versus 1-0. Will versus the Najees, which is 1-0 and 1-0. NTG, Nate the Great over here against Steiger, which is 0-1 versus 0-1.
Coming for Steiger.
Champ versus Belichick, which is 1-0 versus 1-0. Or sorry, which is 1-0 versus 0-1. Guys, it could be a big mix-up this week. You do have Dak out. Don't forget about that. You do have Elijah Mitchell, who got hurt as well.
Yep.
And then Najee is day-to-day right now. I believe they did X-rays, but they're not sure right now. So if you have Najee, make sure you're paying attention. I believe that's you, Prue, with the Najee. He's got a cool name actually. Najee's in Paris. I like it. But there's going to be a lot going on this week. It's going to be very interesting to see how teams adjust, see how teams acclimate based on what they just had happen. But guys, it's also, what are we going to do? What are you going to do? Because when you look at somebody like, Will came out a lot stronger than we expected.
A lot stronger.
And then this week playing Najee, is he going to keep that up? Right now, he is projected to win. I'm not sure if Najee has started making waiver claims or anything.
Also, we don't know if people have made adjustments to their lineup as well.
Yep. You're versus Steiger, so that's a big deal.
To lose right now, not for long.
So that's a big deal. And then you got Champ going against Belichick yourself, and we know Justine always likes to come out and always likes to prove that she can win the championship. So it could be a very interesting week. Will made a bold move. Bull move, Cotton, picking up 3 tight ends. It worked out week 1. Can it hold up? And then Champ, she came out strong. She had everybody. Oh, and that's what I wanted to go over. Is with the draft, this is hilarious, guys. You look at the draft board on who did what and who got who and how it worked out. If you pull up and I'll put this in our chat. If you pull up the draft board, so Christian McCaffrey, terrible. Christina with Justin Jefferson, great job. Dalvin Cook, terrible. Joe Mixon, terrible. Derrick Henry, terrible. Alvin Kamara, terrible. Najee Harris, terrible. Nick Chubb, not good. That's the first good round.
Yeah.
Second round, Austin Eckler, not good. DeAndre Swift, not bad. Stephon Diggs, great. Devontae Adams, great. Tyreek Hill, mediocre. Better than average, but not great.
I think he did like a point off his projection.
Yeah,
it was
so not great.
He did kind of what he was supposed to do.
Travis Kelce went off.
Yeah.
Ezekiel Elliott, thanks to the coaching staff, not great. Mark Andrews, not good. And then funny enough, if you look at our third round drafts, Deebo Samuel went off. Mike Evans went off. Saquon went Saquon. Leonard Fournette, I believe Leonard was okay. He was just average.
He had some good plays, but I don't know how many points he put up.
Aaron Jones was great between the 20s, but A.J. Dillon sniped all the touchdowns on him. CD, not great. James Conner, okay. A.J. Brown, good. So our third round, we should have started the draft in the third round and gone from there. Might have been a pretty much for everybody. But guys, week 2 is here. Make sure you're getting your waiver claims in. Make sure you're ready. I don't want anybody messaging me tomorrow, hey, I forgot. But guys, it's an exciting start to the season. Really excited to see what's going to happen with Steiger versus somebody like a Christina versus Will. Who's going to do what, and who's going to end up the year in the toilet bowl, and who's going to end up the year as a champ. But either way, excited to have everybody on. Excited to see what happens next. And remember, 3 tight ends.
3 tight ends every year from now on.
It's Chris Stacks.
Nate Rodriguez.
Talk to you guys soon.